Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Nobunaga's Ambition Taishi on the Mysterious JG. If you're fairly new to these games and are curious, I hope you're willing to stick around during these boring domestic videos, but I have a heart full of forgiveness for anyone who just wants to, bow out and just check the video descriptions occasionally and hop back in when there's combat, because I'm not in a big rush to get this first quest going. I want to have the strongest possible economy, maybe even to the point where I can afford castle improvements, before we trigger the inevitable counterattack from the allies of these guys. It's not this clan that we need to take out that I'm worried about. The Ito clan, Little Judge Ito, I'm thinking back to, I don't even remember which New York politician it was, got himself in trouble for, racist comments about Judge Ito. But I can't hear the name Ito without thinking about this guy going, "Oh, little Judge Ito," in this mock Asian voice, and then getting completely fucking eviscerated in the media. But the sad thing about that, though, is that that's leading me to do a horrible racist Asian voice, which is probably not something I should be doing. It's not like the leader of the. It's not like Santucci is here. I mean, when Santucci is here, you can't help but do Asian stereotype voice. Anyway, sorry. I have a lot of respect and I'm very much an outsider, not an expert. I have respect and interest in Asian culture, but I do tend to. I also find that I have a sense of humor that allows me to laugh at things that maybe were not in great taste. Man, there's so many stronger clans than us right now. This is going to be a tough one. This because I don't understand the diplomacy system well enough to just completely... we were only able to win as the Date because I just completely... I used diplomacy to make the Tokugawa not a threat until I had no choice but to deal with them. In this game, any of these clans could just decide to gobble us up. So my big fear for this LP is it will be 80, 90 videos in when it finally reaches the point where we realize it's unwinnable. And if that's the case, I hope you guys enjoy. We can become subservient to another clan and have them take over the land. And honestly, I mean, that the real historical Masamune, that's what happened. He got as powerful as he could get before the time came that he had to bend the knee. And then he stayed loyal and acquitted himself well in defense of the side that won the day, which meant that the Date clan got to prosper, but they just didn't rule Japan. The Shimazu... We may be heading towards the Shimazu survive as a subordinate clan to some other clan that wins the day. We'll see. That's not really how the Shimazu rolled, though. They were pretty into we're the underdogs, huh? That just gives us more inspiration to kick ass. That's kind of their thing, which I like. I like the Shimazu. I like this truck. Sorry. The income gained from a trade zone is based on productivity. Our actions are still 0 of 1. I guess we're just committed to that for a while. Our gold is 1241. Oh, that's right, because I went through all this and didn't actually... Yeah, I went through all this and didn't end the turn. Is that what happened? That's what happened. Okay, so it's probably time to end the turn. Oda declares war on Matsunaga. We finished more of our post towns. I'm not as sure what population is going to do for us other than giving us more farmers and soldiers. Because I don't see that it connects to commerce in quite the same way as it used to. But I can't help... I can't not think that having population growth in your cities is good in these games. Continuing goodwill has improved Otomo's opinion of us. We're newly expanded into Hondo TZ. Now we of the Sagara have begun moving our wares through Kushikino TZ. Let us compete and make business thrive even more. Oda has gone to war with Matsunaga. Finished some post towns. Post towns. These are all post towns. We've improved a couple of trading towns. Is JG Mystery... I thought he was improving the horse factory on the island of Backwater, but... I do not know the actual name of that island off the coast of Kyushu that JG Mystery is using to develop horse farms, but I'm thinking of it as Craggy Island. I think Father Ted, Father Dougal, and Father Jack must live there because it's about as remote as you can get. Continuing goodwill has improved. Oda's gone to war.
Last month went as follows.
We didn't lose as much gold last month as I thought we would, actually. I guess because I had so little to spend, I had to get a little bit more careful about it. But you can see our commerce income is keeping pace with our infantry pay, and our trading town income increases. Eventually, when the development slows down, we will actually have money. I do need to consider getting rid of diplomatic expenses. But, I mean, if we can get the Otomo up to 100 trust, and even if they kick us out, I think we can still do something with those points later. But it could be that it's completely wasted, and that I needed to just treat them as an enemy from jump, and it was never going to be possible to use diplomacy to kind of temporarily slow them down as far as attacking us goes. It's always more fun when there's a council. Maybe there's a policy where we can have councils every month and your ministers just get sick of it. Okay, this is not a agriculture month. Now we have more. Now we have more commerce options. Cost 243 to expand there. Let's do it. Okay, I just want to confirm that it took, because I don't always understand that very well. Let's keep working on the those are the post towns. Here's a trading town. So I got the post towns there. We'll improve them at some point, but for right now, I just want to keep the trading towns growing until we've got enough income that I can... Well, hold on. Let's back out of this for a second. Let's back out of this for a second and see... Infrastructure? No. Can't upgrade anything. I'm just curious what upgrades cost. I don't really want to upgrade any of these towns. If things go the way that they should... I'm hoping they never come under attack, that it's after we've taken another set of cities and we're right up in the face of the Otomo that we need to worry about building up castle defenses. I'm hoping we'll be purely on offense for a while. That may not come to pass. Oh, but at least we have we do have a nice list here to make it easier. Could upgrade one of them to level 2 just to get a description of what it does. Influence bases 2. Here's the thing. We want to get these ones that are influencing 2 bases, so that all their base are belong to us. And there's all the fucking money that we'll ever have spent. So I've just wasted all of our money. But we will be now increasing a trading town, but also increasing two of the port towns, post towns, excuse me. But they're the ones that are actually close enough to have an influence. And no, not that. I just want to see, what is the name of this place? This is Kusagawa. I'm 4 days away from getting it up to level 2. Level 2 horse factory. Can we get this up higher? Gold balance is 902. Let's leave it alone for now. Although that doesn't seem like that much, does it? Let's get that a little higher. Because it's right there at the front. I know they're going to be fighting again. Okay, I'll leave it be. Don't spend money that we don't have, JG. Running out. It's going to be difficult to come up with descriptions for all these videos if I'm just improving trade through the same stuff every month. Well, we got level 3 trading towns now. That's pretty exciting. And it's summer, when young man's thoughts turn to happy stuff. I have been working as a goodwill emissary in Otomo, but my work here no longer bears any fruit. I shall cease my goodwill talks for a while. For a time. Okay, that's good. That means it may have been wasted, but whatever gold I've poured into them, maybe we won't get a chance to use the goodwill that's been earned, but at least we're not continuing to dump gold into that. We've newly expanded into Yorads. Planting our best seeds at Komotsuki Castle. The productivity has been increased by 31. Tilling the land's fertility has increased by 16. Yeah, quite a few updates here. This month, in addition to already reported facility, one other facility has also showed growth. Trading towns are improving all over the place. It's great. Reservoirs are improving. Apparently, there's going to be an event that will occur. Oh, my horse factory in Kusagawa. The Kusagawa Ranch. The most delicious salad topping imaginable. Working as a goodwill emissary, and he's done with that. He's like, I have enough of this shit. Oda has defeated Honganji. Yeah, Oda are on the rampage. It's the roadkill tour. Mitsuhide Akechi taking the field personally. Oda has defeated Matsunaga. Nice to see Mitsuhide doing a great job for the Oda. I'm sure that he will be a boon to them for years to come.
Last month went as follows.
We only lost a little bit of gold. Our horses are up to 16 now. Wow. So our trading town income is continuing to increase. Infantry pay is basically keeping pace with commerce income. But if I'm gonna, I might have to give up on this infantry path. It just seems like it's too expensive. But though it definitely feels like you should have some up in the front lines. Kind of making me curious, though. If I compare myself to these other clans, okay, I am going into more of an infantry specialty than anybody else, even the Oda. So I really need to probably consider just backing off on that. Because, like, I'm the second highest in terms of infantry. Ahead of the Otomo, with, like, twice their infantry. But they've just got so much more militia than I do. They've got, well, no, they've got over twice the militia. And I've got over twice their infantry. But your soldier counts are still very much in their favor. Curious about income. I am behind the Otomo, way behind the Otomo in income. Seaport? T-port? I'm not sure what that means. Trade zones? I'm ahead of them in trade zones by a little bit. Horse income, musket income, gold, balance. Balance? I am way behind the Otomo. I'm all excited about having that balance be high, but it is not as high as theirs is. But I've gotten 100 opinion from the Otomo. I'm a little afraid of messing with that. I think if I could try to use diplomacy to control them, but I'll probably mess up the quests if I do. Goodwill, negotiation. I mean, it couldn't hurt to try. Let's pick a different slot here to save in. The thing is that if you're actually at war with them, you can't do anything with the good. It's difficult to do anything with the goodwill because they'll expel your ambassadors. So you can't just save up 100 goodwill and then just shut them down when they're ready to attack you. But you can do a little bit with it. Actually, I don't know what you can do with it. I know what you can do with it in other games. What is negotiation? Negotiate. That is tiny text. Jesus. Negotiate command allows you to negotiate with another clan. Trade supplies, the entering of alliances and trade agreements, and requests for truces and vassalage. When you send your request to the other clan, they will state their condition. Accepting their conditions will complete the negotiation, and refusing said conditions will end them. Remember to use negotiations cautiously, since the party who makes requests is often at a disadvantage. You can make the following negotiations with the negotiate command. Trade agreement. Both clans allow expansion to those trade zones. Alliance. Both clans enter an alliance for a maximum of 2 years. Marriage alliance. Both clans enter in a marriage alliance. Easy to enter if you have a maiden to offer. Easier to enter, rather. Vassal. Make the other clan your vassal. Submit. Request to become the other clan's vassal. Dissolution. Have the other clan cut off diplomatic relations with another clan. Gold, provisions, horses, muskets. Request supplies such as gold or muskets. I could try to get them to dissolve their alliance with the clan I'm about to attack, but that'll just make it easier to take them over. It won't make it easier to fight off the counterattack. Becomes the Otomo. Peace. Enter into a truce with the clan you are at war with, ending the conflict. Treasure. Request a treasure. Raise. Raise a castle the other clan has built. How is that a negotiation? Monopoly removal. Request the other clan remove a trade monopoly. Title. You can grant titles of the clans to improve their opinion of you. This command cannot be executed without a resolved trait effect. Would you like a tutorial on negotiation command? Sure. We just saved. Why not? Using the negotiation command. Screw you, Vulture Bean. Vulture Bean, before I had made Lady Tolpanzer, Vulture Bean was doing all the tutorials. Not that my sister-in-law, great lady, by the way, but I do not believe she is going to be watching any of this. But it was kind of fun to have my sister-in-law's avatar explaining stuff. Now I have Lady Tolpanzer instead. Using negotiation command, you can enter negotiations with other clans for truces and alliances, ask for supplies, and more. First, choose a clan to negotiate with. The higher their opinion of us, the more things we can negotiate. Select a clan to negotiate with. Well, we got 51 trust with these guys, but I think that's on their end. They have their trust is growing with us because we have a trade alliance which they recommended. They didn't have to send us gold and goodwill to build it up. But still, these guys have negative 10 trust because we are enemies of them, and we're going to stay that way. The Otomo, we've built up trust by just sending them a bunch of gold. We are allied with the assholes. I mean, the Aso. Why can't I? Their daimyo considers us the enemy, but I have 100 goodwill with them. Well, fuck. I definitely wouldn't have bothered sending them 300 gold a turn. We could have built another, trades. For every single turn, we could have built or improved another trade city for that, or trade town. So if they're considered enemies, I don't know why we were able to send them goodwill stuff. Like, building up their goodwill to the highest possible amount, but not trusted due to their low opinion of us. Their daimyo considers us the enemy. So these guys, and unfortunately, I'm going to want to take them over and conquer them. So that's why I don't want to do vassalage with these guys. I want to actually take them over. But they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. They are stuck between us and see, we could have negotiated with them, but yeah, they consider us the enemy too. So I believe when it says not trusted due to their low opinion, it means we haven't built up goodwill. If it says they're our enemy, that's just they're our enemy. We can't do anything about that. So with these guys, I could have been sending them goodwill and done stuff, but I'm not worried about them. I'm trying to use diplomacy to influence the Otomo. But anyway, we're not allowed to do anything with anybody except these guys, so... Next, let us consider a topic to negotiate. The more taxing our request, the more costly what they will ask for in return will be. Order dissolve. Provisions. Request provisions. Cannot negotiate over gold. Cannot negotiate over horses. No kin officers. Opinion too low. So basically there's not a whole lot we can do with these guys anyway. Order dissolution of relationship with another clan. So we could try to get them to break off relations with... Unable to select any clans in a please select condition. You cannot select your clan. Select negotiation contents. There is no relation between this clan and the Otomo. Never mind. There's nothing we can negotiate with these guys. Hopefully, we'll get a chance to. Hopefully, I didn't just break the tutorial, so we can never do it. I guess we can request provisions just to see what it looks like. Huh. Understood. I shall have someone send the cigar our request. Okay. Did that cost us trade with them? What is our... It's still at 51. Okay, so we might lose goodwill if... Whatever. So we're attempting to buy a very small amount of food just to see how it works. It probably will not make the difference between us winning and losing in the overall game here. Meanwhile, all that's left to do this turn is look for what could be developed. And I'm developing the commerce towns as fast as I can. And I'm going to back off a little bit on everything else. There's quite a few of them to be developed this month, though.
As you will. I understand.
That's all we can afford. Wow. Is it getting more expensive with each level? So we're just going to undo all that. Let's see. So those are level 3 towns I picked, and it's going to cost...
I understand.
600 to improve them. Do I have trade? This is a trade level 2. It costs 500 to improve. Yeah, I got it. So every level it gets more and more expensive to improve. So it does get to a point where it's going to take a long time for them to pay for themselves. Because as you may remember, our trading towns are plus 70 gold. We receive 5% of gold of TZ production and 70 more per level. But as the level keeps getting more and more expensive, it's going to take longer and longer for them to pay off. So they can be a bit of a gold sink. They'll pay off eventually. But yeah, maybe it's not as essential to get them leveled up as I thought. Because it's not like you're receiving an additional percent of gold These don't even influence bases like the reservoirs and stuff do. Yeah, this is a percent. For every level, you get a percent increase in your return on irrigation. The trading towns are not as good a deal as I initially thought. You're just getting 70 more gold per month. But once it costs like... Once it's like 600 gold, 600 divided by 70, it's less than 10. I can't, never do math in your head on camera. But, yeah, it's going to take a while for it to pay off. This is only 500, so it'll be 500 divided by 70. Hold on. I got a computer. I can open up the calculator thingamajigger. So if it's 500 divided by 70, it's going to take about 7 months to pay off. 600 divided by 70, it's going to take 8 months to pay off. And at this point, as I keep pouring gold in, it hasn't had enough time to pay off all the previous levels. So right now, I'm losing money by investing in these things in the short term. It's going to be a little while before they can pay for themselves. So I might be better off just leaving it be for a bit. Or, actually, the real thing to do would be to start building facilities. Like, you're better off having 2 level 1 trading towns than 1 level 2 trading town. But unfortunately, I've built trading towns everywhere I can. So now I just have this manic sense. Hold on, I don't want to do that. I have this manic sense that I should have everything in every hex, which is probably true in the long term. But, 8 horses per level. This one, again, the more you level it up, the less your returns are. Throwing down the level 1 version is the smartest thing to do. So, we can definitely build more deployed from... So these have to be next to a castle, but I'm using post towns rather than drill grounds for that. So I'll build the things that have to be built next to a castle. Next to those castles. This is ridiculous. There's 5 different things next to this one. The population here could go through the roof, but I don't know what I'm doing with that population. Other than just, I guess they're producing more gold? There's just a lot about this game that I don't understand yet. Okay, let's see. Base information. Strength D, flatland, castle, harvest, farmland, productivity, fertility, water control. So do they produce gold at all? Each month, leadership, raise units morale by +1. I don't see anything where they produce gold. I think gold just comes from trading zones, which are not the same as cities. So, like here, I don't know what I would get out of a high population other than lots of farming. I guess the food is shared. The food is shared as far as how much food you have when your soldiers march. I don't even understand that, frankly. But if there's no gold coming out of these cities, then growing them isn't as important as I thought it was. And I don't see anything where there's gold coming out of the cities. Plus 506. I think I'm going to need to call it a video and maybe go through the menus and try to read up on this. The trade zones are cities. When you go look at the city screen, there's nothing to indicate how much gold the city is generating. But if the trade zone's gold is connected to population, then you want, like a place like this, there's no point, I'm not going to have a bunch of officers stationed there, so there's no point in doing something that raises their experience. I'm not going to be marching out of such a remote base very often. So there's no point in doing stuff that like gives morale boosts and drills troops faster. I'd purely want to stuff it with stuff that makes it grow faster so that it will eventually have the highest possible commerce output, but only if I can actually determine that the population of a city affects the gold it generates as a trade zone. And right now I don't know that. So between videos, I'll try to figure that out. And in the meantime, I hope you guys have enjoyed another boring domestic video. Eventually we'll have some war. And playing around with war the other night, it was actually the battles can be actually pretty fun. But we'll see if we can get some coming soon. See you guys.